Alex Terrible. What an absolute beast. I mean, have a look at this massive human. 6 foot tall, covered from head to toe, in tattoos, and a massive scarification scar on the left side of his face. He's not the sort of guy you'd like to come across on the battlefield, that's for sure. His signature growl is so low and loud that he can scream into a festival crowd without a microphone and still be heard many rows back. His beastly physical qualities are magnified when he wears his custom-made Kid of Darkness mask. A flashy, golden face covering with fiendish horns, obsidian eyes, and monstrous chompers. Russian vocalist and frontman of Slaughter to Prevail, Alexander Shikolai, aka Alex Terrible, is a multifaceted artist known for his exceptional vocal talents and captivating stage performances. He has made a significant mark in the worlds of music and entertainment. In his teens, Alex attended a military school that he calls a freaking prison for children. And before he got the taste for metal and alternative subculture, he remembers looking at people with tattoos and piercings as satanic. Eventually, a classmate introduced him to deathcore trailblazers, Suicide Silence, and Bring Me the Horizon. And he was immediately hooked. He's known for not needing a microphone while blasting out his extreme vocals. Wrestling a Russian brown bear named Tom in Moscow, making his own crazy face masks. And when he has a bit of spare time, even enjoys participating in bare-knuckle fighting. This guy is the absolute definition of metal. Slaughter to Prevail are absolutely blowing crowds away and gaining a huge, dedicated fan base along the way. Originally, this Russian deathcore band formed in 2014 and is currently based in Orlando, Florida. The band has had numerous lineup changes over the years, with Russian musician Alex Terrible, lead vocals, and British musician Jack Simmons, lead guitar, as the only constant members. The current lineup features Russian musicians Dmitry Mamedov, rhythm guitar, Mike Petrov, bass, and Evgeny Novikov, drums. One of their most famous film clips features the Russian maniacs loudly embracing their country's stereotypes, firing bazookas, cruising in tanks, playing a deadly game of Russian roulette, and frontman Alex Terrible wrestling an actual freaking bear. Slaughter to Prevail is built around Alex, a superhuman metal screamer who bounds to the stage like a warrior. He looks like an inked-up Wolverine up there with his beard and ripped musculature, a deep scar intentionally carved into his face as savage decoration. The fact that his hobbies include bear wrestling and cage fighting isn't a surprise. Alex Terrible's no microphone needed, brutal lyrical explosions have become a thing of legend. Here, we see this crazed frontman absolutely blow his stack in front of this massive crowd. And as you can see, he clearly doesn't need the help of any microphone to get his point across. Let's check out some of the absolutely mental wall of deaths that this alpha maniac stirs up. These have also become a regular at big festivals that Slaughter to Prevail cause mayhem at. Alex himself sometimes cannot resist getting right in the middle of this chaos, waiting for the brutal breakdown to begin and the power of the rushing thousands to explode. The infamous Wall of Death has become almost synonymous with their shows, a demand from fans that Alex sometimes questions. People love that. People ask me to do that every single festival and every single show. So we have to do that. We have no options. But actually, when I spoke with the guys who got to experience the Wall of Death at Incarceration Festival last July, they said they felt terrified because it was so packed. And when they just slammed into each other and there was no space at all. And they just felt that pressure and they couldn't even stand. I was like, this sounds bad. Maybe I don't want to do that anymore. But the fans keep demanding it. No, you have to do that. Alex Terrible designs and makes his own unique face masks for each tour. When asked about these crazy masks, Alex replied, "I have a different mask for every tour. They're similar but customized for each run. Sometimes I give them to fans afterward or hang them in my studio. I designed the first mask myself around age 20 when I was working at a gym making protein shakes. I drew it in my free time because I wanted something special for stage shows. I was inspired by Slipknot and the movie Spawn. I sent the sketch to mask makers, and they brought it to life, which became the Kid of Darkness mask. Over time, it evolved with new textures and details. We now have 3 main masks: Kid of Darkness, Grizzly, like on the album cover, and the Baby Metal mask, which combines my original design with a traditional Japanese demon mask. As well as making his own face masks and competing in bare-knuckle fights, Alex has an unusual hobby: bear wrestling. Specifically, a Russian brown bear named Tom. Videos of his encounters with the animal in Moscow have become part of the band's myth. It sort of became our Eddie from Iron Maiden pretty naturally, he says. The singer is usually shirtless when he approaches the bear and often has visible scratches on his skin by the time it's over. No shirt, he explains, insisting proudly that it looks more dangerous and brutal. While footage shows Alex grappling with the beast and roaring into its face, he says part of what he enjoys about wrestling with several hundred pounds of angry Paddington is the genuine sense of terror it instills in him. It's certainly not something he'd recommend other people do. First of all, even if you are a girl, you have to have big balls to do that. Because it's actually fucking scary. Very scary, he says with a laugh. Alex, who also competes in bare-knuckle fighting, notes the differences between fighting a bear and a human opponent. When you look into a human's eyes, you feel emotions. You feel maybe anger or kindness. You feel this soul, right? You look into this bear's eyes, you don't see anything in there. And if this isn't enough, this absolute machine competes in bare-knuckle boxing. To date, Alex has had 2 professional bare-knuckle boxing matches. His debut was in January of 2025, scoring a first-round TKO. After wearing a few clean shots first, Alex stepped into gear and unloaded on his opponent, finishing the bout quickly. Alex Terrible had his second professional bare-knuckle boxing bout on July the 5th, 2025, in Moscow, Russia, as part of Top Dog FC's Top Dog 37 pay-per-view event. This fight went to 3 rounds, with Alex getting his nose absolutely smashed in the first round, which would have made any other person run for the hills, but he soldiered on for another 2 rounds like the animal he is. Alex Terrible ended up ultimately losing by decision in a brutal fight that went the distance. After the fight, Alex Terrible shared a gruesome photo of himself and his opponent, Daniel, in what appears to be a medical room, being looked over by staff. I mean, just check these guys out. No way, no thanks, not for me. As if the stage shows aren't brutal enough. There's no way I would ever throw down with this menace. If you haven't yet seen or heard the brutal machine that is Slaughter to Prevail, then do yourselves a favor, check them out. Have a dig through their albums and vast body of crazy work and see what you can find. Drop a comment below and tell us your favorite Slaughter to Prevail song or album, and what live shows you've seen, and make sure you subscribe to the Heavy Metal Cartel for more progressive rock, punk, and heavy metal videos.